of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everyone.
Morning.
Morning.
Morning. All right, I'll call a meeting to order. We looked over the agenda. I'll look for a motion to approve the agenda.
Any changes or anything? Okay, I'll make that motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a first and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Approve the minutes from August 25th.
I haven't seen anything that needed to be changed, but I'll make the motion to fill the minutes from August 25th.
I'll second.
We have a first and a second. Any more discussion on the minutes? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Needs to carry. Approve the claims.
I looked through the claims, for drainage, I had 14,405.81, 140,405.81. And for general, I had 309,543.67.
That's what I saw too. I'll second that.
Okay, we have a first and a second. Any more discussion on claims? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, claims are approved. All right, general public concern.
I'll take it.
Everyone else here is for drainage, so we'll move down to Michelle. Is she gonna be on Zoom?
She's up there.
She's up
Hi,
there.
Michelle.
Oh, okay.
Good morning. Can you guys hear me okay?
We can.
Perfect. Thank you so much again for putting me on the agenda for today. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about a funding request that we have for our agency. Community and Family Resources, many of you may be aware of us. We're a not-for-profit agency that was founded in 1968. We provide integrated treatment, prevention, and recovery support services. And we offer a variety of different programs designed to meet the needs of individuals at various stages along the continuum of care, including our residential and outpatient services. The program that we are looking for some funding for is our medically monitored intensive inpatient treatment program, which is our 3.7 program, which we commonly call detox. This level of care provides 24/7 nursing support with medical oversight from a physician, and then we offer stabilization for individuals experiencing acute withdrawal symptoms from substances like opioids or alcohol, and they typically remain in the setting for 3 to 5 days. We see that this program serves as a vital entry point for recovery services for individuals with severe substance use disorders. We help to reduce medical risks, support early engagement in treatment, and provide long-term outcomes. What we are looking for is an investment in this level of care. As many of you may know, we had a change in the way that our grants are funded. Community and Family Resources previously had an integrated provider network grant, which was with the state of Iowa through Iowa Department of Health and Human Services. That grant transitioned over to the Accountable Service Organization through the Iowa Primary Care Association. When that transition occurred on July 1st, there were several different programs that were no longer going to be funded under the sliding fee scale. This 3.7 program is one of those programs that are no longer going to be funded through the ASO. So what that means for citizens in Humboldt County is that those who are coming in for treatment services who do not have a pay source, so whether they, if they don't have private insurance or managed care, that they do not have the ability to access care. This could either be folks that are coming in voluntarily or folks that are coming in under civil committals. And we do know that Humboldt certainly has civil committals that come into our program fairly often. So what we are looking at is asking for some funding from the county to pay for those folks who are uninsured or underinsured. The cost of care is $450 a day. Last year, we had 12 residents that came into our detox program, and of those, 3 did not have an insurance coverage. And they stayed for a total of 12 days. So looking at that cost for last year, it would have been $5,400 that the integrated provider network would have paid. What we are asking is for the county to consider paying for these services this year. I really just wanted to let you guys know how much it was last year, so you have an idea of what the cost may be to the county. One of the areas that our 3.7 program does fit in is through the opioid remediation uses on Exhibit E. If you are familiar with that exhibit, under Schedule A, there's medication-assisted treatment that is very specific for intensive residential services. It's under letter A, number 4. So we're asking for you to consider using some of your opioid settlement dollars to fund those who are coming in for services that are unfunded.
Michelle, we'll still check to see if they do have on their insurance that would cover it, then it would be paid for through that, right?
Yes, yes. So our process when anyone comes in for services is we have a search engine where we can look to see if they have insurance. So even if they come in and they don't provide an insurance card, we can find that information anyway. So if they have, a managed care organization or private insurance, we can have them sign a release to it. We can just look up their information online and then use that as their funding source.
The other question I have is,
Mhm.
this is what I've learned listening to you for several years, but
Mhm.
with these people,
Mhm.
the window is kind of tight when they're looking for help and they're considering going for treatment. A lot of them have the ability to walk if they have any reason, like I can't afford it, whatever.
Correct.
So we have to figure out a way to get them to step over the line and say, here, I'm committed to changing my life, right?
Yes. So what we find, especially with our detox program, because it's a 24/7 program, people can walk into the program at any time. So it can be middle of the night, it can be, during the daytime. The sheriff can come at any time with a civil committal. And we really want to catch people when they are absolutely saying, I am ready. Folks that come in for the detox program are people that are drinking and using every single day. And when I'm talking about drinking, I'm not saying like they have, 3 beers at night. I'm talking they're drinking a pint of alcohol. These are some severe alcohol use disorders and severe substance use disorders. So people that are using every single day to maintain their life. So when somebody comes in and says, I'm ready for care, we want to be able to accept them and really have a low barrier. The thing that is nice about having someone come into a freestanding substance use program like ours is that we do an evaluation during their stay and then determine what's the next level of care. If that level of care is one of our residential programs, they literally walk down the hallway. So there is no even leaving the building where they can change their mind. So that I think is one of the aspects of our Fort Dodge facility that is really important. What we do find, Bruce, and you know that from being on our board, is that people travel from all over the state to come to our programs. Last year, we served people from 75 different counties. So we know that our programs are valuable, and that people will travel to get into them.
And I think the other thing I would mention is for those that don't know where it's located, it's right there along 169 on the
Mhm.
west side. Now we've also expanded and we're in Des Moines and as well as Iowa City. So
Correct. We cover 14 different counties. So we have 14 counties where we have outpatient clinics. We have residential programs in Fort Dodge, Iowa City, and Des Moines. Our Fort Dodge program is our largest program. This is our home office. So we have an adult residential for men, one for women. We have our medically monitored intensive inpatient program for adults. We have an adolescent residential program for boys and girls at this unit. We have a medication assisted treatment unit for people that are using opioids. And then we also have an outpatient clinic along with our prevention program right here. So right across the street from Iowa Central.
But the state, the ASO cutting funding for these programs, why, what was the, I mean, if you're obviously a viable source, why is the funding being cut? I don't understand that.
Ask our legislators, even after them for how long of what they're doing with all these changes.
Is there an alternative source for the people to go to now? And you understand what I'm trying to
I
say?
know what you're trying to say, but a lot of this is because of the legislation that has been impacted and Governor Reynolds trying to cut back on big government or whatever. So she's just gonna cut back on funding, and that's what the legislators have kind of gone through.
And I guess my point is the state has one heck of a lot more money than we got, and I'm not saying anything negative about this, I'm just
Yeah.
trying to comprehend the amount of people we're gonna have to be coming in and out.
Right, and it could be, and that was not Trish, we've got more money coming in. How much is it? How many more years is it? Is it 7 total?
2034, I think.
Yeah, the total should be about 275,000.
Okay, because we're at 104 right now, correct? And we've already obligated 10,000 a year for 4 years, so that's 40. So that leaves us at 64,152. And then you said how much more you think we should be coming in over the next few years?
The total should be 275.
Total 275. Okay.
That's if they don't have anything else. They keep adding different
Companies or.
companies to
Yeah,
it.
275. Okay.
well, the other side of the coin is we're either gonna pay one way or another. They're either gonna be there or they're gonna be incarcerated down at our jail.
Right.
And then we're gonna have to pay for
Right.
it there. And then we
Yep.
just looked at a food bill that,
Yep.
Yeah.
so.
No,
I mean,
no,
I know we all are thinking the same thing, but
But there's not.
you just have to figure out a way to, you know, if you get somebody that's looking for help and they can't go because their insurance is.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, if we've got that, all I'm trying to say is I definitely agree we need to do something. We've got to provide help for these people. We've just got to figure out, you know, we can't just say an open-ended.
That's why my question was, you can't just have an open check.
Yeah, we'd have to say
You know,
so many dollars
Right.
every year or something. You know what I mean?
Well, as long as it's for our residents, I don't have a problem with it. I mean,
Yep.
that's kind of
Well,
where I'm at.
Michelle would, you check all that, don't you, Michelle?
Yeah, we do. We do. And I will, I will tell
I'm
you,
not concerned about that. Because the
to
opioid
answer
money that we have
the
can only be used in
questions.
Humboldt County.
the questions that you've asked. Part of the reason that they changed the way that they're funding the 3.7 program. And again, there were other programs that also are not being funded. But for this particular one, they said because it was a medical service that folks can go to the hospital. I think what they don't understand at the state level is
I
that
mean, it's one way or the other. They're either.
these are ICU beds.
So,
So if folks are going to the hospital for detox, most, especially small communities, have very few ICU beds, and you really do need those for people coming in that need critical care. Not that I think detox is not critical, but if you're going to be choosing between somebody who's detoxing and someone who, you know, came in in a car accident, the car accident is going to get the bed. So that's part of what the state was saying with these dollars. And then I also wanted to say what the other counties are doing is we are doing a contract that's a fee for service. So we would just bill each month just based on the number of people that have come in. And we can provide that information to you, not their names, but we could provide, a de-identified number.
And that's for Humboldt
responsible
County
each
residents
person.
only, correct?
Pardon me?
That's for Humboldt County residents only, correct?
Correct. Humboldt County only, yes. So each county is paying only for their own residents.
Mhm.
Correct.
It's not a bad idea. I know.
The numbers you used last year, that 12 days, is that kind of consistent, or is that a low year, high year? That
It
kind of
is,
history?
it really depends on the year. So what I've asked the counties to do is with the contracts is to set a limit for the year. So some counties are saying that the limit would be $10,000. In your case, maybe you'd want your limit to be 7,500. I don't know, you guys could talk about that. And then in January, I'll send you a report. But of course, you're going to be getting invoices each month, so you'll know how much money you've spent. But in January, we can send an overall report. Then you'll have an idea of what it might be for each year.
Do we already fund 7,200 and
Mhm.
already
For CFR.
for CFR?
That's for our prevention programs.
And I know Kristen Chapul, she's I should have her here, because she also oversees the opioid money. She's kind of the person, our public health director, so I know she has some things that she wants.
Oh, yeah, they want some too.
Yeah, well, they've got this, and can't remember, it's called Top Cop, and he comes in and he kind of evaluates your county and what your assessments are and what you need, and doing prevention, because her thing is all of, prevention. I know this is about helping. I just think we just need to have some kind of cap. I don't know if I wanna, if we did 5,400 last year, I would say we probably want to do the same thing that we did put 5,400 last year. I'm just thinking, and then if we need to up it, and if we see where the budget is coming in, then we can do that. What do you guys think?
I think 54%, 45% of the hospital's Medicaid patients are going to the hospital. They're not going, 54% is a huge number. The hospital's gonna be coming to us sooner or later.
Right.
I would lots rather, and I'm not being prejudiced, I'd lots rather see the hospital be here than not be here. We gotta be careful about the way we're handling this, because I don't want to lose the hospital.
Well, the opioid money that we can only use for certain things.
The hospital can use opioid money in a lot of their functions. You
But
understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying too, Mike, and I know they're gonna be coming because of the cuts to Medicaid, but they're gonna be coming to us more. Right. But we still gotta take care of the ones like this. My recommendation would be to a cap of what we did last year.
And I have no problem. I mean, paying per person or whatever it
Yes,
is, that's what.
not so much a lump sum, just a case by case with a cap. Is that what you're saying?
Mhm.
What's your opinion, right?
I kind of like that, rather than just a lump sum, and then if it runs
Mhm.
over, we can discuss that at a later date.
We could always, correct, Trish, we could always amend that and change that, because it's the opioids money is kind of fluid. Correct?
Well, if these were the numbers that were used last year,
Yeah,
we have 5,400 that wasn't funded.
right.
We had more people that were there. So, I mean, why don't you just go like 6,000 and plus or minus, it might have been 2 or 3 more days, and at $450 a day, you're looking at.
That's one day. Yeah,
Oh, I know.
I just don't think it should be open-ended. It should.
No, I
Yeah.
don't like to, I don't like
And
to
review it at that point, but.
The yearly cap.
Mhm.
This is a discussion and possible action item, so we can move on it if you prefer.
You're on the board, Bruce.
Why, I mean, I think we're either gonna have to do something, or, like I said, we're gonna pay for it downtown when they're down in jail.
Mhm.
Because that's where and they won't take them there to detox them, so. I'd like to move on it and put a number and But I don't want, I'm on the board, so I don't want Michelle mad that we're hanging them out to dry, and then she won't talk to me, right, Michelle?
Oh, Bruce, I will always talk to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you talk to, we don't always
Yeah,
agree.
we don't always agree. Could we just do 6,000 and see how it works for the year?
I'll make a motion to move forward, cap it at 6,000 per year.
From the opioid fund,
Pardon me?
from the
Opioid.
Yes.
Okay, I'll second that.
Okay, we have a first and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor?
I,
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay.
Here we are,
I-
Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle.
Perfect. I do have a contract that I could send over and put the language in that there's a cap of $6,000. Who should I send the contract to? Should I send
Trish.
That's the auditor's office.
Yeah,
Trish in the auditor's office?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just put for chairman's signature,
Okay.
send that here. You have to sign it.
All right.
Thank you very
so
much, Michelle.
I
Thank you.
appreciate your time.
okay,
Thank
thank you.
Okay, moving down. We got a public hearing to dispose of Humboldt County interest in real estate property in Humboldt Township, section 18. Look to move to motion to open the public hearing.
I'll make that motion, open the public hearing.
Second.
Okay. It says open bids. Did we have any?
Do
Do we have a sealed bid?
No, do we?
you wanna
You
vote on that? In the-
Oh, yes. We had a motion to open the public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The public hearing is open. We'll move down to open bids. We have one sealed bid for parcel. And look at that.
He doesn't wanna look for his glasses, is gonna do this.
Aaron and Sean Cran, ATC Brown LLC. We are submitting a sealed bid for parcels 0318426002, 0318426003 in Humboldt Township, section 18 that the county currently owns. The property sits next to 25 acres of land that they currently own. Their bid amount is $100.
Okay. All right, so that is the only bid we had.
Rick, can I interrupt?
Yes,
Yes,
right.
yes.
So I was asked for advice on this. and-
Yes,
We're still looking, John.
Well, I understand, I looked at the parcels and for some reason assumed this was like 1 or 2 acres. It's like
Smaller than that.
400 square feet of land.
yeah.
And so I suggested an appraisal, fair market value or assessed value. This land is apparently only worth something to 2 people in the world. Would be the people who bid and their neighbors. The neighbors don't want it. So. Fair market value is probably whatever they're willing to pay. I made this much bigger than it needed to be because it's such a small amount of land that I don't think most people would even be interested in it. It only makes sense for the 2 people that live right, that have the land right there. So I apologize for making this more difficult than it should have been.
Well, we wanna make sure we do everything legally though, too. I'm fine with how it.
I looked at the pictures of the parcels, but I failed to look at the feet.
How
In the
physically
pictures.
big it is, yeah, it's
So
little.
I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, this must be huge. And it's really small.
Yeah.
So I apologize for that.
Besides the fact we had the Livermore mayor that was mad about the weeds that
Yeah.
hadn't been taken care of, so it
It,
clearly
I was-
hasn't been,
the price of clearing out the weeds is more than the land is worth.
Yeah.
There's no question on that.
So if they're willing to take it,
And then clear out the weeds, that would be probably a savings to the county without
Well,
question.
maintain it, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, if I call Nathan, he goes to spray, it's gonna be $250, $300. So. There you go.
All right. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's two little, one tiny little triangle and another trapeze
Yeah.
type thing. Is there any other public input? All right, I'll look for motion to close the public hearing.
I'll make that motion. Second.
The first and second to close at 9:56. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, public hearing is closed. Now we'll look for, the next motion to adopt the resolution for the knowledge of this property.
I'll make that a motion resolution 2025-09-08, a resolution to dispose of Humboldt County interest in real property in Humboldt Township, section 18.
Second that.
Okay. You have a first and second, any more discussion? All right, this is the resolution, do a roll call vote. Bruce,
Aye.
Sandy,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
and myself as an aye. Pass with majority. Resolution is approved. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Go mow weeds.
Not now yet, wait till after work.
No.
Well, yeah.
Hi, Colin.
Thanks, Alan.
Right on time.
Yeah.
He's always on time.
He's been out there holding court.
So, do we need a motion?
Yes, we will. Get a motion to go into drainage.
I'll make that motion to go into drainage.
I'll second.
Okay, we have first and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, we'll move into drainage. Get Terry. For some of this stuff, let's file something on here.
Hmm?
Morning here. I wanna. You good yourself?
Good.
Good.
Thank you.
Morning.
You guys that wear the shirts that have your name on, and then we can look at you. If you're good.
Okay,
One of them windows.
Yeah, that would be really nice.
we're gonna wait till 9 o'clock
Yep.
to start this.
Oh, okay, that's right, yeah.
There's
9
a little
o'clock.
bit open in case somebody.
Yeah.
represents the last minute.
Yeah.
We thought somebody was bringing donuts, that's why I brought coffee, and evidently we didn't.
How's that little one doing?
Oh, good.
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 You have them all dressed up in cyclone gear over the weekend?
We don't have much cyclone gear.
What?
We were cheering for the cyclone.
I was gonna say, as an engineer, you better have cyclone blood in you somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to Iowa State.
There you
Ag-
go.
They don't have an ag engineering program in Iowa City.
Oh,
No.
Uh-oh.
Not that I would have gone there.
I just lost a lot of faith in you.
Sleeping through the night yet?
Not all the way.
Yeah. Getting close,
Maybe,
right?
there was one time I slept like 4.5 hours or something.
Well, I'm
all
glad
right,
you.
9 o'clock.
I know.
Okay, it's 9
Okay.
o'clock. We have the bid opening for, DD 11 sub 1 tile improvements
Yep.
and possible award of contract.
Yeah, thanks everybody for coming. I know there's been quite a bit of interest in the project and I think, what we end up with, about 7 bids? So, yeah, we're just gonna open the bids. Did anybody not get one of these bid summary things? You can kind of fill it out as you go. My plan, and we're hoping to award the contract today. I guess we'll see. Who gets the low bid? There's some maybe discussion items, as you can see with the bidding, there's different options and things. But once we open the bids, I brought a laptop. I'm gonna like to check some of the numbers and stuff, and then maybe can circle back. And maybe there's some other items you guys can go through,
This was empty.
and then we can circle back and maybe award the contract.
Yeah, we'll be in Bernie.
Yeah, we're gonna be here for a while. so.
Yeah.
All right, with that, we'll go ahead and start opening the bids.
Yeah, but knife or,
Um,
I have one right here.
I almost am scared of those things. Last time,
well, I don't think you're gonna cut too much with that.
well, last time I was doing this, I got into the papers and
Oh, you cut the bid.
sliced the bid part. Yeah. Okay, the first bid we have is from Reitzel Excavating. Out of Burt. And I'll open the bid bond here. I apologize, some of this opening and looking at the bid bonds takes a little bit of time and it's. Okay,
I'm cheating by reading your shirt. How to spell your name? I'm cheating by reading.
oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm looking at your shirt.
Oh, okay.
I like your shirt.
Okay, we've got an acceptable bid bond here. So we will open the bid. No, there was no addendas, so that's all. There was no changes from what we initially put out. All right. So base. Oh,
Section 1, 2.
yeah, I'm gonna, to simplify this, cause we've got a lot of stuff, I'm gonna just flip to the sum of sections 1 and 2. It's gonna be here. So that for Reitzel is $638,267.50. 638,267.50. And the bid alternate. So that the bid alternate is for plastic, the base bids for reinforced concrete pipe. That total, section 1 and 2 is $650,910 even.
650, 910.
Yep.
Wouldn't that for plastic?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, that's what he said, yep.
And then, we did have a different, like this, these last two here are possible, they were optional bid items for potential early completion of basically getting the tile through that first farm. And as we talked about, when we put it out there, that would be something that would not be the drainage district paying for that. It would be the landowner tenant of that farm. They want to pattern tile that this fall. So, and more, I see the right people are here to help make that decision, but we'll get the numbers down. So we've got for early completion of the base bid, it's a 200,000,
Two even?
yes. And also for the bid alternate.
That's extra on top.
Yes, yep.
Right, and the landowner would pay that.
So that's, yeah, for that one in particular, I think that's just sending a message that that's probably not gonna happen. If we accept that bid.
Whose phone is that? Can they shut that off?
And that's fine, that's the information we wanted to know. I mean, if somebody put in 0 there, they're saying like, we're gonna jump on it right away, and we believe we can get it done, and we were gonna do it anyways. Right. Okay, so we got that bid in. The next one we've got is from B&B Farm Drainage out of Wallingford, Iowa. Start with the bid bond here.
Okay, yeah. Heard the name, or at least I know they bid projects.
I was gonna say they did something.
They did the boat, that boat project
Okay.
Okay.
a few years ago.
That's fine. Being bosses and
She don't wanna be bossy, but she's been. Typical woman.
Got an acceptable bid bond here.
five things.
Okay. All right, so the base bid, section 1 and 2 total. $587,330.35. 587,330.35. For the bid alternate. Section 1 and 2 total. We do have a bid for that, $616,043.00. 616,043.00. And for the additional cost for completion of that first farm, $0 for both.
Is B&B here? Does anybody know, I don't even know where Wallingford is. Is that over?
It's
by you?
south at Esther though.
Yeah, that's what I was-
Long highway.
Just Wallingford Farrell, okay, Wallingford Farrell is sort of what's being.
All right.
Okay, so next we've got Denver Underground. Out of Denver, Iowa.
That's some shit. Input underground. I mean,
Denver Underground and Grading Incorporated, if you want the full.
are they here? I didn't mean.
I talked with them, I don't think they're here.
He dropped it off and he's leaving.
He asked me to let him know.
Colin, just a quick question, the second bid that you've been, is that for plastic or is that for concrete?
The bid alternate,
Yeah,
that's plastic,
Plastic.
so the plastics come in higher than the concrete.
yeah. So part of that was, it was requiring rock
Oh, sure.
around the pipe, yep. Okay, so bid bond for Denver Underground. And there's other stuff too, like there's deflection testing. And I didn't look at the specific numbers, but that's a bid item in there that is typically a fairly significant cost. Then if it's overly deflected,
Then
the
they gotta
contractor has to fix
Is that where
at
the
their own
football,
cost.
you guys talking about?
Yeah.
where the
Yeah, we're-
football come in? Okay.
Turns into an oval instead of round.
Right, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Alright, that's acceptable bid bond from Denver Underground.
Colin, you're scaring me.
Yeah,
Good thing it's dull.
I know.
I don't know.
Maybe he needs a sharper one. I could give you a lesson if you want me to. I'll open them for you.
I don't have much experience doing opening letters. All right. Denver Underground. So we've got. Base bid. $574,576 even. 574,576. Bid alternate. Amount $458,541 even. 458,541.00.
That's, I would make sure they had everything in there right, cause why would that be so different?
If you didn't include the rock.
Yeah.
That'd make a difference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well. We'll see.
They might be doing it more often and
Yeah.
a different way of
And-
doing it too.
For the extra cost, I wanna make sure I get these zeros correctly. Both those are 10,000. Okay, getting interesting.
Yes. I mean, I was like, ooh,
And just for reference too, my cost estimate was 675,000 for the base bid. So as far as that goes,
Just to give you an idea.
to give you an idea, yeah.
okay.
Okay,
675 for the 1 inch.
that's correct.
This is all 1 inch.
Yeah.
That would be it.
Yep. So next we have Apex Underground.
So underground must be a theme then, huh?
Where are they from?
Well,
Who you
we got,
Minnesota.
yeah, Glendon, Minnesota.
Glendon?
Glendon, GLIDDN.
GLYNDON.
Dealing, okay. Minnesota, okay.
Right out of Fargo.
Oh, you're ways away. You guys on your way to the Bears game then, you know? Well, I just figured if you're from Minnesota, you might as well run over to Chicago and watch the game, you know?
I just caught it. I forgot.
They're playing the Vikings.
Like, I was trying to think of the name of I was trying to think of the name of the team. I'm not a football person.
Well,
All right, we got an acceptable bid bond for them.
That's another area, yes.
please explain.
Okay, so I do say think of my it that way. Knowledge, that's very knowledgeable of other areas.
Okay. Base bid. $705,789 even. 705,789. Bid alternate. Total $588,000. $501 even, 588,501. And $1 for the early completion bid items, both of them.
$1.
Yes. Okay. Next, we have Rognus Brothers Excavating out of Lake Mills.
So.
You show a lot of patience here.
It's that kind of morning.
Trust me,
I never do open cups of meetings since I was still, remember
I know.
that
I remember.
all over the place.
Yeah, Cody.
Lake Mills.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, stuff up here. All right, we've got an acceptable bid bond. Start ripping these open.
Welcome to Christmas time.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just cut their bid bond too. I don't wanna leave. I'm gonna have to hire,
Doesn't help everybody watching you.
I know,
Feel the pressure.
okay,
Usually that brings Dave on, open up the envelopes.
yeah,
managers being the
That looks even worse. Looks dangerous.
all right, so we have a base bid total of $504,745.25. 504,745.25. We have no bid alternate, and that was an option. They didn't have to
Oh, okay.
bid the plastic if they didn't want to. And 50,000 for the early completion bid for the base bid, and they didn't have one for the bid alternate because they didn't do that. Okay. All right. Next, we have Riley Armstrong Plumbing and Heating out of Fort Dodge.
I didn't either.
I didn't know that either.
It's interesting. Maybe they're trying to get into it.
We do a lot of site utility work.
Oh,
You always.
Always got a bell ring.
You guys, every other contractor could leave the room right
no,
now.
it's all right, it'll be okay.
We've got one guy who helps with bidding.
Okay, we have an acceptable bid bond.
Colin, if you hold the handle and then just, honest to God, let it rip, it'll go. And put it down a little farther. There you go, just let it go.
Just, it's not I'm bad at that. I'm gonna have to go back to the office and practice. Gotta perform.
Hey, I'm sorry, I just couldn't take it
I know, I feel bad.
Sit next to you.
I have had times where I've had other people just open it for me, so I don't have to.
Range that next.
You can't get it out.
This is stapled in there, kind of.
It's just the mother in me, you know, it's just like, I just can't help.
Uh,
Look why they did that.
they used it to staple the.
Oh,
So it was just together.
okay,
I didn't
gotcha,
get
gotcha.
separated.
Okay.
Okay, I got it.
We're here.
Oh. Okay, base bid total, $925,847.40. 925,847.40. Bid alternate. $726,002, so 002.40. 726,002.40. And for both the early completion, it's 40,000 for both of those. Yes. And that's 6 bids. That's all that I've got, unless there's no more, right, Terry?
No, that was it.
Okay,
Let me just double check, make sure that I think.
so those. There's definitely some stuff to sort through here. We've got. If you were writing all that stuff down, these are the apparent bid totals. For these, but the apparent low for the base bid is Rognus Brothers with just a little under 505,000. The low bid alternate number is from Denver Underground at 458,541. So I guess I'm gonna plug numbers into my laptop and stuff, and you guys can continue on with
Okay.
other meeting items.
Table this.
And I just,
What was your estimate again?
675,000.
For the concrete,
Yeah, that was for the concrete.
right,
Did you have one for?
plastic.
No. So the low on the plastic is 458, 450, 41.
Yeah.
The $10,000 early payment, early start, or early completion, excuse me. And then the low on the concrete is from Rognus at 504, 745.
With the
correct.
$50,000.
$50,000
Early.
early completion.
Yeah.
All right. Something to kind of think about.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Appreciate the interest. and
So we'll
appreciate
just,
the bids.
pause this here until you go through the numbers and we'll continue on with our meeting on these other issues. And then we'll back.
Yep,
We'll
thank
table
you.
it and go forward.
So we need a motion to table it.
I'll make a,
Table, just pause.
I'll make a motion to pause the bidding process.
Yeah, for a second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, okay, we're in pause on the bids until we run the numbers and I'm back to the late of the day. Okay, now we're moved down to Drainage District 80. Discussion possible action on an intake guard. I think that's just right over here, block over south.
Over by the school.
It's by the, yeah, right down. from the post office.
Oh, it's on Main Street at Dakota City there.
Yeah.
On the north side.
There's actually, he said that there's 4 of them, but I think the worst one is on the south side. Would be west of the those, big metal buildings.
Yeah, that,
Yeah,
Storage.
storage
yeah.
area. That,
And the issues with cans and bottles going down the sewer, and that's, or down that drainage intake. They wanna put a smaller mesh type stuff over top on. I'm assuming they're being told, so. Not a big deal.
Somebody goes over, I guess, and cleans all the bottles and cans out after the road crew goes by, because it gets all plugged up with those. And even, they said even like some kind of a grate or just something that would stop.
who's gonna do this fashion
Yeah.
straight up? Have we got any info on that? Is it the city that's gonna do this or?
Well, are they the one requesting it?
They want the drainage district to do it, since it was a drainage district, program or, project.
I think these are standard,
But-
standard intakes, aren't they? Curb and gutter intake things? I mean, I noticed this one over here is a large intake by the school. I guess I didn't notice anything on Main Street that was oversized.
Yeah, Tyler went by and he was the one that mentioned it, because it's his neighbor that always goes out and cleans them out when there's like bottles and cans and stuff that pile up in it. Which is just gonna plug it out.
I don't, is there anything, it's elevated, it's like the platform's elevated, and I don't know, is there much screenage to keep stuff from going in, because there's. And probably nothing there, it's going to mitigate bottles and cans from going in there, I think that's rich, right?
That's, yeah, and even if it could just be some kind of grate that was built, I don't know whether or not conservation could throw something together, just something to keep the garbage from going down.
Take a hog panel with that fine, cattle panel with that fine grading, and cut it, and just, you only need 6 feet inches of it, one panel would do all of it. We just need to.
We have some over at the garden, I donate. Oh, we do. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah.
They're asking for us to do it.
Yeah. So.
When you say us, are you looking around the table?
I think that's what
No, I'm still trying to figure it out.
You know.
They're requesting that we take care of what it was petitioned by somebody else. We didn't go out and.
No.
So who
Up for
did
this
actually
job.
petition for it? Who
Who
did?
did? The mayor.
The
The
city.
city.
The city.
Dakota City Mayor, that's what I wanted,
The
so.
Beginning of.
Sean.
But it was the
Okay.
city, I mean, it wasn't
the- Yeah,
our drainage district or our drainage that did it.
I suppose there are intakes, so they figure it's our responsibility.
We're not doing it.
Well, how long do we have? It's on their street.
In there, though.
It stops right at their street.
I understand, but I'm saying, how long do we have responsibility to fix?
Oh,
Oh, forever.
Okay,
representative.
I'll donate the hog panel or the cattle panel that we can make and cut it. And I'm not saying we,
Secondary roads, cause secondary.
unless somebody
roads-
wants to drive my truck today, I'll figure it out.
Okay, I'm just trying to think, I don't,
Well, the city guys can do it, they don't take that much.
No.
Well, no, they can do it, the city can do it.
I
You
mean,
want me to talk to Sean, it is my district, and nobody's ever talked to me about what's going on.
yeah, talk to Sean.
Yeah, I mean, we can give the approval to do it,
Yeah,
but. I mean. For us to go hire somebody to go out and do it's kind of ridiculous, cause.
Yeah, well, they can do it.
And that could be what they're asking for.
And maybe that's what they're asking for, just permission to put a different
To do
stuff
it.
grade over it. Your job, talk to them.
I'll take care of it.
And,
I'll call Sean today.
okay,
you got that one knocked out.
that's a lot easier.
well, do we need to vote or motion to approve whatever,
Not till after I talk to Sean.
okay, so then we gotta table it.
Table it
right?
now,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll make a motion to table it.
okay.
seconded.
Our first and second on that, all in favor?
Alright,
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we move down to Drainage District 126 lateral 2. This is a discussion on repairs completed on DD 126 lateral 2 that was done way back in probably April. Or it was right at planning time.
Yep.
Okay, we had Adam Lubenthal go out and do some work. I think it was, Larry's probably a little more versed on this, but I will plug the thread here. We had a call about an intake sucking dirt out on lateral 2 of 126. We sent Adam Lubenthal out to look at it. He dug it up. And Mike was the first one out there and looked at it.
There's a hole about the size of the table, maybe a little larger, clear down to the bottom of the intake, which is probably 6 feet down, I'm guessing. You can see the split. It needed attention,
And what kind of an intake was it? Was it concrete or plastic or?
Plastic.
It's plastic.
Yep.
So Adam, he dug it up, from what I understand, and Mike went out and looked at it again.
And there's pictures, there's lots of pictures that I took, and Terry has the
Yes.
pictures on file, so. If there's any questions or doubts or anything they're there.
And then, I mean, it was filled at this point full of dirt, clear full of dirt. So I think they started the water jetting. Try to water jet it, because that's when I got called. I went out and looked at it, and he was out there trying to water jet it. He was getting nowhere.
Cause at that time, we didn't know how far down that was,
Yeah,
how far it was plugged.
and then the next step was, we instructed Adam to go
Down the line.
down the line to, did he go to the fence line first and dig up?
Started the fence, and it was still plugged, so he jumped over the fence with another 100 feet, 200 feet, whatever, dug again. He saw a hole, literally saw holes in them, so you could physically see them.
Yeah, he saw the, I don't know, hole's probably that big. You could stick your arm in there.
Yep.
So, as I went in there and poked, I thought, mud, it'll wash out, and it was like concrete. What was in there was hard as a rock. So he kept digging. Until he got to the point where there was only, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 inches of dirt in the bottom of the tile yet.
Big top.
15-inch concrete. That's what that lateral is, whole way. And, we talked with,
Yeah.
what?
So I thought you talked about the contractors we called. I
Yeah.
called Jensen and asked about, I had no idea how this was going to work, and I think you called him also.
Yeah, I called Jensen and Doug Marshall. And I talked with Colin and Bio about it also, and they recommended running a parallel line, abandoning that 15-inch concrete due to the fact is by the time you dig them out and break a few, and then to clean them out in the middle of the field, you almost gotta haul them away somewhere and power wash them out.
I think they were 8-foot sections.
Yes, 8-foot bell tile. Or what do they call 'em? So. The consensus was run a dual wall plastic parallel to it and reconnect, and that's what was done. So then we get the bill at $79,640.
Yeah.
It's a lot higher than what we think, but it's done. And done correctly, according to Adam. We've requested his bill was. I can pass around if somebody wants to see it. Have you seen it? That's that document.
How many feet was the buyback?
Yeah, it's not written on there. Do you have,
About 750 is what we figured.
so it's about $100 a foot. Which is high.
But you also had quite a bit of rock that they hauled in.
Well, they hauled in a ton of rock. And the time of year was
Sure, I'm sorry.
pushing too, because it was April. So,
And
Did
then
that include his inspection and all that work prior?
yes, that was the total bill.
he rented a machine from Cat that automatically found your coefficient and it stayed online. It's impossible to not get the coefficient you need with that machine. So I'm sure that was included in the price.
Randy Waldman, and I farmed the south half of section 11, Phil's farm, and Gary Strand's farm.
Yeah.
we called this in, Phil called this problem in since the beginning. This is basically a new system in my mind, 2012, Rick.
Yeah, it was new.
So it's been a problem since it began, and I talked to Rick a couple of times, I appreciate the callbacks on that, I've got some notes here. I found out about the Dylan Feeble this spring. He said, what are the semis driving out across the farm for? And I said, I don't know, what are you talking about? I know you're not obligated, but it would be nice to have a call or an email. They beelined across where I already contracted with Bear for seed corn this year. They were really good to work with, and so it's a done deal now, but it'd really be nice to have a little heads up on that. We could have directed them around on the bean ground or mail corn. Gary couldn't come in today. But I know he was concerned with the bill when he got that. Like I said, we've called that in a couple of times and we know it's been a problem. I was out and talked to Lubenthal one day and it was kind of after the fact, they were just finishing up time. It's a deep cut. Erie and people downstream get little to no benefit off this lateral. Are you Mr. Gillis?
I am. Okay.
So we
I'm
got
not
an
throwing-
email.
I'm not throwing anybody underneath the bus, I'm just saying that it was done previously and.
That would be what my question is, who did it 10 years ago?
Was it
Who
correct?
signed off on it, an engineer? What was
Well,
the coefficient?
this is what I found out
Our tenant had hauled it in for about 40 days.
in my research into this, and I'll pass this around also. And
Is this the thing you talked about, or is that?
possibly, yes, it is.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it
I'm
is.
sorry.
And I have spoke with Adam Lubenthal, and he says he's gonna get us a more itemized,
Bill,
bill. He called me Friday afternoon or Saturday. I can pass this around too for you folks. This is. The only issue I have with this is a 2010. Design of the tile.
The tile
The
project?
tile project for 126. And in the final billing of the project, there was 3 cement intakes that were paid for by 126. On the plans, it shows 3 intakes. But it doesn't show an intake on that lateral 2. So I don't even know if that intake on lateral 2 is the drainage district's intake, being as it was plastic.
I can't comment on that.
I don't know either, cause that's where I'm kinda,
I don't know why they got billed for, you say they're concrete?
well,
They're-
in the pay estimate, it said, intakes on the main.
They're plastic in Gary's feet, I know that, and. Yeah, I can't comment on what was up in Gillis's, cause I never
Yeah.
went up there to look, so.
Well, it's
I-
plastic that was inserted inside of the existing concrete when he dug it.
Oh, it was, only this much water was open. It was full to the top.
I believe this is.
And that-
15
and that-
inch tile,
and that, the fence,
I'm guessing, I don't know if you took it just totally got it installed wrong, even if it's some dirt, it should wash itself out, but if it got a belly in it. They must, whoever put that, I'm just.
well, I find that hard to believe, because when they relayed the new one, it worked out.
I know, but you can.
So far from the outlet.
Oh, it's a long ways from the outlet.
It'd be 3/4 more.
Yeah,
Right.
and where they dug the, and when I say dirt, it was mostly like crushed rock in these tiles. Most of the dirt had washed away. It was probably crushed rock and a little bit of dirt. It was like cement hard. You could take a screwdriver and poke it, and you couldn't even shove the screwdriver into it. But I can pass this around for folks to look at.
Rick?
Yes.
we asked who did the,
Board that probably started with this. What was the first problem that started? Why did it start? Brand new tile and it washed a hole in. Why did that happen?
At this location,
Yes.
I have no idea, Bill.
Well, that,
I would guess from what I heard from Adam Ludenthal was they didn't use proper fittings.
He made it sound like the intake was bubbling, was never connected to the lateral itself, is what Lubenthal told me in the field that day, where the water was getting sucked in and just taking it right down with it. And I don't know if you guys have any other tile tied onto that at this point.
There is, but I don't know where their connections will be.
There's-
Well, I think,
I see that.
hate to say this, because it kind of like
Here,
down
here.
here, but I think they were the ones that started the whole problem. But they didn't do something right, or should have wiped out the three years.
No, Chento, no.
So they were the problem to start with, but nobody, somehow or another, they didn't get back to them. It should have, and they should have paid part of that bill the first time. If they'd have fixed it right, maybe we wouldn't have had this whole problem gotten out. Can't, hindsight, wonderful.
Yeah, it is. It's a great thing hindsight is.
And the statute of limitation on that is probably gone.
Yeah,
Wait,
I think Denver Underground did this project.
Yes.
If I remember right.
Well, that was what I was looking for.
So,
The intake that's actually in the field with the problem was called was never on the plan.
no, on any plans that I've seen, I've asked Colin, he's done a little bit of digging up there to kind of get me when we look back here in our paperwork, this is what I found. For, like, we usually get an as-built plans after the project is done.
Right.
And it shows every foot, well, these days, it shows every connection, private, and GPS markings and all that stuff. But, what happened at the end of this lateral? I mean, in my opinion, it isn't the tile's fault. The tiles, I think, obviously laid correctly, because when they laid the parallel one, he set it at a 1/2 inch coefficient, and it dug it right to the right spot.
Should have been a 1.
Or whatever he set it to, yeah, it's,
Yeah, but he could have dug a belly and put a.
I suppose,
That's
I know what
I'm
you're saying.
Pulled the water down and everything stopped. Otherwise, if it was moving like you get a 4-inch drain and the water's really, it moves. I mean, I see it
Oh, yeah.
rock down. I mean, I'm just saying. But I've seen it, right? So I've seen people put it in wrong. I mean, it stops. I mean, you just get a hump in it.
So where
Same
are the
thing.
intakes that we were charged for?
Well, that's what this plan shows, there's one on the end of the main, and then there's which would be lateral one, it goes up to the north by the school, that shows 2.
I don't know about the
Intake.
school, but the one in Gary Strands is plastic. Now,
Okay,
I don't
but
know
I
if
see they,
I don't know if they charge you for a concrete tee and brought plastic.
maybe that's what they mean by that when they say a concrete intake. Maybe it's,
Right there.
so,
I know Gary was very shook up about first bill sent out.
Yeah.
That was a jaw dropper, folks.
Well, I guarantee you,
oh yeah, cause there's
Didn't show
so
too.
few acres that are impacted.
That lateral drains very little. Most years it breaks to the north, I believe.
I think it's 27 acres.
Yeah. I
I
can't,
think it's, isn't, I don't know.
and I know Gary gets very little benefit. The engineer disappeared. He's probably weighing on that. The lateral goes to Gillis's farm for his benefit. I'm not throwing you underneath the bus.
Oh, we got thrown under the bus. Ours is a lot larger than yours.
Yeah, their bill's nasty.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Gary gets about 8 acres of benefit. And it looks like Gillis Farms gets about 50.
I'd have to question even that 8 acres with the main going up through there. I don't know where, because they had to dig a deep cut. They can go downhill either way from that.
Yeah.
I'm not an engineer.
Yeah,
Yeah, we did check back with Jacobs and Westergaard and, because they were the ones that they were the engineer on the
Hopper.
project.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
Hopper
yeah,
was the
yeah.
original, yeah. But they did verify the acres of benefit, so.
I think he's retired.
Yeah. I know,
The washout, but this.
well, it was It was,
Our tenant turned it in 4 years.
it was addressed
So it
in
took dirt for 4 years?
twenty
Well, it's
eighteen.
taken dirt since probably 213, 214.
If it was first put in.
When did you first, I mean, we saw it right away.
The first time it didn't take very much, it just washed out around the end. The second time, took trucks to fill the holes.
Then who fixed it? Then,
That's on record too. These, Gary and I saw that. Those,
but that should have been fixed then.
Yeah, it should have been.
It eliminated all that.
Yeah.
In,
This sounds like a bad connection in my book.
in 2017, Meyer Farm Drainage went out. In 2018 or 19, Marso went out. So it's been called in a few different times.
So
Who did the first
17,
Repair.
Meyer, is
Meyer.
that from Eagle Grove?
Farm
Yeah,
Drainage, yeah.
Brandon Meyer.
Brandon, you know,
And then Doug Marshall did it 2 years later.
Well, my understanding, all they did was dump black dirt in that.
Well, that's what I was gonna say, if you got rock in the tile, somebody did it wrong, that's what I was saying.
But that's
Didn't
what we
fix the
found.
connection, they didn't put paper on it, they didn't concrete it, they didn't do nothing.
right.
Mhm.
Just fill it up, smooth it off.
This is Myers though.
Imagine if it was filed once, got a lot of water, when it gets on top, it loses.
And I've looked at this Myers bill from 2016, I guess it is.
Yeah, I think he turned the bill in 17, so it was 16.
Yeah, it was approved in 2016. And there's, 6-inch dual wall pipe, 6-inch connector. And,
onto a 12 or
And,
15 brick.
yeah, and some 5-inch tiling. And, 4 10-inch dual wall. And,
Is that 12 goes up in the OSU's never?
I think it's a 10. From what I've seen,
No.
the private tile, because I believe,
The one, this is lateral two.
yeah, it's a little confusing because the original project had lateral 1, lateral 2, and lateral 3. And when it got completed, number 3 was changed to lateral 2. I know, that's kind of what I was confused at first too, when I look, because if you look at this proposed one thing over this.
So is this not lateral?
It was
It is lateral.
It is
two.
lateral
It
2
was lateral 3 in the original,
proposal.
yeah.
You see, this is more of a proposal, because this is 2010, so it's not an as-built plan. And that's what I'd really like to find, if I can find the as-bills,
Yeah, I understand.
and you're not finding.
Does the county require Denver Underground to keep records and stuff?
And I think that might be an option, we'll visit with them. This is gonna take time to get it sorted out, and I've spoke with the treasurer and with, the auditor's office about, putting a hold on the assessment on this project till, the next cycle. Because I don't want you guys paying it and trying to pay it back. To figure out what the heck happened.
You got a map of that file in your hand? Does it say where the main is, and where the laterals are? I think one of the laterals went to school,
Yes. Mhm.
and the other lateral, I think, was Gary Strand, and I think Gillis was supposed to have the main, that's what Hopper told me. Years ago.
Well,
Is this the one that we let the park over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry
It's
about
been a
that.
disaster from day one.
Since, I was gonna say, since day one.
So we're gonna do that with the treasurer's office, so.
Are they going to look into past repairs and?
And we've requested pictures and stuff, because these guys normally take pictures. And I think we'll try to get a hold of Denver Underground to see if they got a copy of the project. And also have Westergaard dig deeper into their files. Unfortunately, Rick Hopper, he can't help us out on this. He's got some dementia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So they should.
so,
So it doesn't, he doesn't have files or?
no, I mean personal knowledge, he won't help us, we'll have to dig through files. So,
What is the process? So after Denver Underground did it, does the engineer go back out and say, yep, it meets spec, it meets code, and they use the right amount of rock?
yeah, they sign off on it.
So what's the liability to them?
That's the question, I don't know if that,
Never gone right from day one.
I don't know if that intake on the end of ladder 2 is part of the project or not. On the proposal, it isn't.
But we paid for it, some.
But yeah, the proposal shows 3 intakes on here, and that's what was on the payback, which was for 3 intakes.
But nothing in Mr. Gillis's farm.
Not according to this thing here. But this is just a proposal, it's not the as-bills. So we gotta find the as-bills, we have,
So if you accepted the bid for concrete intakes and they didn't put them in, what's the recourse there?
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, cause it's probably 2012. So,
I guess to echo their point too, we're in the same boat.
yeah,
A phone call from you gentlemen, hey, you know, this is gonna be a problem, we're gonna look into fixing it. All of a sudden, whammo, an $80,000 bill shows up in the mail completely unannounced 6 months later. How are we supposed to budget for that?
well,
That's their entire farm's yearly income.
right. Mhm.
Why wasn't it a regular bid letting process? Why was the proper channels followed?
We went from just an intake there to way more than what we bid on. It's like when you change oil in your car and you find filings coming out, the whole engine movements.
So no less known then.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
And we probably should have, but we went and dug and to get further back. And if you stop, well, we should have visited with, Strand about going in there, but it is the county main. And also it's a time sensitive matter, the time of year. Cause if we hadn't moved forward,
5-minute phone call.
yeah, but we should have been notified. I agree with you on that.
I mean, come on, we've laid out hundreds of thousands of dollars for this project.
Yep.
It's getting real sore, I'm sorry. It's getting real sore.
Well, we'll try to get answers. That's all I can say on that.
We've got property around the state, I think in 7 counties. This is the only one that's been an issue, so we've gotta tighten it up, guys.
Okay,
We really gotta tighten it up. We could have come down with our own damn excavator if that was gonna be the case.
well, I agree with you. I mean, we should have made a phone call.
But where was the? Didn't call a couple, 3 guys and say, hey, what can we do or can we not do? You just called one excavator?
We did call, like I said, 2 other contractors that we use. And that was their recommendation.
And they were busy back there.
Yeah, and they're busy, so we're looking at getting it repaired before spring. And I agree with you, the cost is high, and that's why we're looking into the cost, why is it so damn high?
What would be an estimate on 15-inch dual wall platform?
I can't tell you off the top of my head what it costs per foot. But,
Well, you mentioned 100's high, so.
yeah,
Is
I-
it 50?
I think it should be more than that's $50 to $60 run foot, but it's also. Projects are different than repairs. Cause when you're doing a project, you're, you know. You have the one mobilization, you have, it's kind of like remodel jobs. Remodels are more expensive than building new. I'm not making excuses, we're gonna have to get some answers.
But the other thing was, is when I drove up by there, they had enough rock out there, it looked like they were starting a quarry. I mean, they were hauling rock out truck after truck after truck
Yeah,
that,
they made roads out.
and I'm sure that that's a huge part of the cost was the rock that he
I
used,
think on the invoice, there was $12,000 worth of rock.
but it's the
Well,
plastic.
was it 100 yards or 1,000 yards? Again, what's the cost of each?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get
Where's
at.
the auditor's report, where's the engineer's report? Why was all the rules in Iowa drainage law all circumvented? Again, Phil and I have already gone to court on this thing, just because the rules weren't followed the first time.
Well. The only rule we didn't probably follow was have a public hearing. But at that time, we didn't know the cost was gonna get that high. To require a public hearing.
You guys have a dollar figure on that, as far as what you normally?
I think it's set at 50,000 for,
For. Go ahead. with
and that is not for a bid process, that's just for an open hearing to decide whether the project needs to be done or not.
Right.
Like when we dip a dredge ditch. You know, if I think it's time to do it. And then, you know, like when Mike and I looked at it. There was no option on this, it needs to be replaced.
So if you had an open hearing and we're more than, was it 50% or whatever the cutoff is, we could have said no and it would have stopped right there.
Well, no,
I don't
It's
think
a
I'm
public
prepared.
hearing.
We can't remonstrate.
it's not for remonstrance, it would still be a board's decision. As trustees, I do believe,
So
I could be wrong,
was there a full vote from the board to fix it?
no. No,
Why wasn't that followed?
due to the fact that he didn't realize it was gonna go over the 50,000.
I think when this first started, we thought it was a smaller project, that it was just gonna be a in and out type thing, and then all of a sudden.
And I think if we
if I
look back
remember
at the
right.
records, we had a little bit of discussion about it, that, hey, this intake. Is bad, send someone out to fix it, and it just progressed from there and got worse.
Yeah.
Well, at the point you found out that it was plugged for 100 or 700 feet, that would have been the moment to say, hey, let's. have
In
a break.
retrospect, yes,
Let's
I agree with you.
Right.
fill the circle with everybody involved,
Mhm.
try to come up with a compromise and move forward.
How many feet is on their bill then?
It's about 800. Short, just shy of 800. And the short conversation I had with Adam the other day, I said, this materials list seems high, we'd like to get the farmers are requesting an itemized bill on the materials.
I would probably measure that out. I know it's 20 rods across for where I isolated, which would be 330, 320, 320 feet.
See,
I-
for your seed, you know the distance, yeah.
And that's about where they stopped, is at the corn and soybean line, and I don't know how far up into Mr. Gillison they went. Seemed
Probably 200 feet at max.
800 seemed like long.
I don't know.
I would measure that off.
And I wasn't out there when the tiling was done, I was out there when they did the inspections. That's the only eyes I had on this when he said, I got it opened up, come and look.
So there was no engineer was involved at all.
No.
To decide how much rock or maybe we need another 1.5 coefficient or.
Well, I think the slope was determined by your ending point and beginning point, you can't change those. But anyway. We're gonna gather more information. And we'll revisit this when we get that. Keep everybody informed. So,
Was Denver, underground Denver contact
No,
for
we haven't.
repairs
oh,
originally way back 3 years out from the completion?
Not that I know of.
not that I
I
know.
mean, that seems like that should have been the natural. Right? You know, if they've done it wrong and you had problems right away, they should have been the ones correcting it right off the bat.
And honestly, you know, cause. Every supervisor has their own area. I wasn't aware of this intake issue. Until this year. It's 9 miles southeast, and Mike went out and looked at it, and he called me up and said, go look at it.
And transition.
And, you know,
So
supervisors change.
bring-
Yeah, all of
I
these
mean, this
people
started when I was
were
new
new.
on board,
Yeah,
you know.
I'm the only one that was on the board, and I was brand new on the board at that time. It was my first.
Well, the first order of business would have been, hey, it's only been installed for 3 years, who did the work?
Exactly.
I don't care if you were on the board or not,
Mhm.
or if whoever approved it originally isn't on the board anymore, somebody else
Right.
got to pick up that.
Yeah,
I think also moving forward, whenever whoever's given authorization to make repairs or whatever, or, you know, lay a bypass or whatever, the contractor has to know what his parameters are. You can't give him an open checkbook to where
right.
you're expecting a $25,000 project and you get a bill for 80,
Mhm.
you know, that kind of thing. He's gotta know, hey, okay, I can't do this for this. This is what it's gonna cost me. So just make sure that communication in the future, you can eliminate all this.
I couldn't echo
Yeah.
your comments.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
You know,
agree.
and it's hard when it's that time of the year, we all deal in it, farmers
Yeah.
wise, time of the essence, but they have to know where they're at. And say, hey, you can go out here, we're expecting no more than this amount of money to be spent, if you can't do it, then we gotta do something different. All contractors wanna know those parameters, cause they don't wanna get hung out now either.
Yeah, I know.
So I think that's just communication, that's all it is. Same thing with the hey, we're bringing trucks out or whatever, so the farmers know. We've had the
So-
same thing, I mean, it isn't right away, it's in all that kind of stuff, you can legally do that, but just quick off.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna contact Denver, see if they have as-bills. We're gonna work with Jacobson Westergaard to get more of a accurate as-bills rather than this
They have it.
proposal. So,
I got a question. Going forward too, I mean, even this other project that we're talking about, but is it customary that once you let a project out this, I mean, isn't it just recorded in the county? I mean, the county should have, I like to hope in our project,
Yep.
if it gets done, whoever builds it, it's recorded and it's as built in the county.
yeah, that's why I'm wondering,
We don't
why
have
is,
to worry about going back to whatever.
why is that?
It's there somewhere.
It's
Yeah,
there.
it's there, we just gotta find it.
Oh,
It's-
okay, I just,
It's
so,
there.
I mean, I'm just,
There was
It
a
has to be.
lot of file with 126 because there's been a lot of.
Yeah.
Action on it, so it's trying to find that, and we do have it, it's just, we're trying to find it.
Trying to
So-
locate it.
What we're talking about is, if you remember, one of the low bids from Denver.
Yes, I know.
understand.
yeah, we're not-
We don't
we're
want
not
that if we're gonna have this kind of problem, and I've heard these problems before. You know, there's the big project over by Gilmore, there's a lot of different projects that had problems from the beginning.
That's not where it's
We do
going.
not wanna go back to those same contractors,
Right.
even if they're low.
And
I've said this for 40 years and I've been in the business.
quite an engineering expense on this too, so there should have been enough oversight there.
Right.
to Correct these problems since they built. Hopper got a nice chunk of change.
Yeah, so they should have all that information.
Rick,
Yeah,
how long after it was first installed before the first repair was done? How many years was that?
Looked like 3.
well, yeah, 4 years. I think the first repair of this outlet was in 16, I think. She just had it from Brandon Myers.
3 years?
3 to 4 years.
I think it was called.
And that's construction. That just wasn't fit in there.
Did I give you that? I gave you the wrong one. So there's all the things. But it looks like Jacobson Westergaard had come out in 16.
They haven't done
And they just fill the hole. I mean, I'm curious, I don't know.
Okay.
Said there was a big hole, and they just. filled it.
Okay, so Jacobson Westergaard was involved in that first repair that was done in 2016.
They weren't, you said.
They were,
They were.
because we got a bill from them being out there and looking at it.
And that was
How
July.
many years, Rick?
That's 2016, July of 2016.
Is there any dirt on any of them? Cause they ain't gonna bring dirt for free. So if they,
Oh, I mean, like, is there dirt?
as an expense.
I don't see it on this bill. I just wonder why there's all this 6-inch dual wall on this. It must have been another,
many feet?
another. I don't know, just this quantity one, that's that means. 3 says dual wall, 6-inch dual wall, 3. It wasn't much, it must have been just a couple of fittings or something, because it wasn't much for money.
Is that what they built the intake out of? It looks like a smaller intake than.
I don't know.
Does the county got like a liability policy to go after Denver with?
First, we gotta find out whose intake it is. Yeah, we gotta get the as-built found before I'm gonna start saying anything. So, because if I go by that proposal, that's a private intake, it's not the county's intake even. If we go by this proposal I found from 2010.
If they charge for that intake later on in 2016, that was the intake they tell, it looks like a small pipe in your picture. You need to put that in at that point. I really can't remember if there was an intake in there from the beginning or not.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, the engineer signed off on that, I think there'd be some liability that direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a system of checks and balances, the engineer, excavator and UDAC. Well, I don't think any of them are in. It'd be one thing if it was 40 years old, but it was right after the downturn.
Yeah, it wasn't that old. I agree with you. 4 years is not a long time. Whenever they made that connection out there the first time, it probably wasn't done right, something wasn't done right. So we're gonna do some digging. And we'll keep you informed and maybe have another meeting.
So you have to do something official, push that auditors back.
Yes, we're gonna have to have a motion to do that, to pull that back out of,
The assessment.
For the assessment.
yes.
Do you need that now?
Yeah.
I'll make that motion to pull that back out of the assessment.
I'll second.
We have any, first, second, any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. I think that'll give the authority to do that, that's all. And there will be no interest accruing on the bill.
I'm sorry if I was a little salty.
Oh, no, that's fine, I don't blame you.
No, there was a lot of things that just, we could have probably done a little differently, but a
Oh, yeah.
lot of it was time, I mean, the time of the year, and it just seemed so urgent at the time. But that doesn't excuse, but that doesn't excuse the
I think
non-communication.
we have to find out why it didn't work from day one.
Yeah, why are they
Right.
doing repairs 4 years after it's installed?
Right,
I'm not too sure what I call that in 1 year before anybody couldn't fix it the first time.
I was thinking it was right away, we saw a hole up there, he was getting wound up about seeing a brand new tile says, but mine was too.
Yeah,
You know. Been an issue from the beginning, with the system, and then you see it starting to suck dirt. And here we are today.
So that, it didn't fill up 13-inch piping.
no, not one season, it's obviously been taking dirt a long time.
Well, we do know that the dirt out in north of town, when out on Dial Erickson's, when they started that and that rain started, put a lot of dirt in that, we ended up having to flush that. But that was only across the what, half a mile?
Yeah.
And that was a 36-inch pipe and it put a hell of a lot of dirt in there, but thank God we got it flushed out before and the rains settled down and, but that was a mess too. So I'm not. It just sucked.
I mean, the answers we're gonna find aren't gonna make anybody happy, I'm sure, but at least we'll have answers.
yeah.
So we're gonna talk with Denver Underground, talk with Jacobson Westergaard. We're gonna do some more digging in our files back here. I'm gonna get a more itemized bill from Adam Lubenthal. As to what actually put in the ground.
I would measure that.
And what was that?
I would measure that foot.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's
Okay.
wrong, but it seems pretty high to me.
But
You said 800 feet?
yeah, it's right close to 780,
It was about 7 is what I looked up in the,
about 700.
that's what I looked up, yeah.
Okay, well, it'll be on, they'll have so many feet of tile on his invoice.
I would measure that.
All right,
Okay. All right, we'll go back to, I'll see if Colin's done. Hey there.
That's as far as I know, I mean, that should be your paperwork.
No one there.
That looks like 6 inch coming out of the ground right there. That's what they see. Building or back. There's a 15-inch tile over there on the 6 inch. He said.
oh, yeah,
That'll look very big. Rubenthal said that there was nothing. But he said whoever did it the first time was done.
Yeah, that's that one.
That is within 6 inches. That's, see, that's what I looked at when, that side of that pole, I mean, that needs to be.
Correct, yeah.
So, and I apologize for not notifying you guys,
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure when it's flowed into the, yeah. So. I don't think, look at a million of these, it's just, I don't know, out of them. I just took pictures of, try and get a.
Well, just now that we go back and look, it's been trying to be patchwork for.
Yeah, several years, yeah.
Yeah,
And that
that's
should
just,
be
they put,
worked
they
into.
put a trench down there and it went in the tile.
Oh, yeah.
When they first had the problems, that should have been looked into.
All that shit,
Right. Right.
Digging it, I mean,
There's a lot of inspiration on it. I love it.
so, you know.
Office right there, one time.
So,
yeah.
At least,
I tried to make a visit to it. As often as I could, just see the
well,
progress.
maybe we need to contact, because I was saying that would be Harlan Hanson's area back then, Harlan, I mean, maybe we need to contact Harlan and see what he knows and remembers. I'm pretty sure that would have been Harlan Hanson's area.
That was before you, right?
Oh,
For me,
before, all, yeah,
yeah,
it would have been, Rick would have been on with Harlan.
Rick was the only one on.
Yeah, Rick was the only one on.
It says he needs about an hour.
We used the,
Sorry.
that time to run the rest.
Yeah, go ahead, we'll take a
That's a
short
good idea.
recess.
And I need to get, I gotta keep my throat.
There he is. That was the short view.
Are you ready, Colin?
Yes. Thank you.
And Tom, thanks for the email also.
It was from Wisconsin. I thought you were-
I just,
No, we're right next to the apple.
Oh, you're trying to say it.
8 miles in.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm super. Well, that's how
I-
this all
I
started. We
need it.
got pushed out where we're at. So it's-
how my mouth is getting me in trouble, you know?
All right,
I think
thank
that's
you.
how I said it. Thank you, Tom.
Oh, okay, so you're out of that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That'd be great.
That's awesome.
The cops learn too. It's like-
Yeah, we'll come, oh, they're gonna run to the restroom.
Well, just go ahead, we can do it when we switch.
Okay, we're ready.
It'll be some discussion.
Better, let's go take a bath.
I knew it.
Colin? Okay,
Cause there's a lot here to go through.
There's decisions to make.
well,
Sorry.
there's
No.
decisions.
These numbers are correct. Well.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got the.
Were you informed they did a big drainage well?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where I found out.
Oh, the contractor?
Yeah.
That's DD2. Shane, was DD two, are you talking the wetlands?
No, the one a few years
Oh,
ago,
that
we
was
had
me.
all the problems.
Yeah, that was.
Okay.
He
that's
went
what I
out
was-
of business.
Then, okay,
Well, he
that's what I
died.
was wondering, is it-
I,
okay.
and then his son took.
Cause that's just one of those things that I've been for years, to your predecessors, is why don't we go back and taking our lickings? On projects that
Well-
never end up being done right.
You always run into the unknowns when you dig in the ground.
It's true.
So one.
But when you find, when they're taking a 42-inch main and they're bending corners and they're not doing anything on the open side. I mean, that was 4-inch gaps on some of those big pipes. I'm like, I didn't even dress that tar paper. And they just left them all. You're like, what the heck? I just wanna make sure it's still started. Again, if we get the project done right. Has Denver done a lot of stuff we get over the years?
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen them around. And I was just wondering.
I could come on. Yeah.
But I mean, that was trying to get hold of Scott Peters. I figured we were, he's been on that.
Yeah.
He must be busy. I was just wondering if he was busy right there.
Yeah.
He must have a lot going on. Oh, no.
What?
Adam was around this fire.
Either he is or he's not.
What do you wanna ask?
Oh, I didn't, hear me? When I first saw you, I thought you were like, I thought you were with Dell, with that right. I thought, oh, it's. I'm sorry. Well, I'm wondering how quick we maybe want to start it.
Somebody can charge you.
They're wanting to add, they want your pattern file.
That person should be back for it.
Bruce, did you go to game center?
So that was cool.
No, my brother had, his kidney replaced or transplanted. And
Which one?
Tom, and him and I used to have season tickets, because my wife, she's not the sports type, so we just, and I haven't had any tickets for 2 years now, so.
They gotta be able
Like real long.
Well,
drivers lined up.
usually that game is not a good game for me to go to, because people,
33 years. And both places, and yeah, it was always.
it's always the people that have never
You're getting my water.
had anything to do with the sport, but by God, they know they're the armchair quarterbacks that you just wanna look at and say, really?
Especially now they're there.
But you have bottle water there?
In the parking lot.
Yeah,
Daughter
she got water.
Alright, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, whiskey's big shred.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
I can't
Yeah,
do
I'm there.
That's
it.
not.
He just told me.
I could use it, but I don't think it's good enough.
But you know, it's working when it works.
No, that's true, that's true.
Figure out what they were.
I don't know.
How they got on shoot.
I called.
I just texted my husband, I was supposed to get an appointment at 11, I said, I ain't getting out of here. I said, that's what I texted him, I said, I'll be lucky to get out of here. Thank you, I'll give him some money. He doesn't buy that, they do.
All you have to do is straight, just grab a piece of it and every now and then and throw it in their refrigerator. It's warm.
I don't care if it's wet. Oh,
I don't. Now where'd Rick go?
I know his phone beeped and better not say he's got dog having pups, because the dog's on its own. We were on the board when this shit hit the fan.
Yeah. Yep, yep. I agree.
I wanted to see who signed the share. They signed it.
Oh, was it?
A good thing.
Well,
So would that have been?
he wouldn't have been his area, it would have been more.
This was my concept.
Well, Harlan was, but was it, instead of Harlan's?
Yeah, it would have been. You're right, you are.
Cause he's up.
Yep, it was Harlan, Harlan was mine.
Yeah. I don't know, it was, to me, this was a cluster from the beginning.
Well, they, see, when they started, they did this thing goes over towards. And dumps down into that ravine. And they wanted to build, they wanted.
Oh.
So, listen, man. Yeah, but it's still stands where. In high school, then it was across.
So, having permits and
You know.
was that, we got heavy for.
Yeah.
So it starts over there.
So it would have been a combination of Carl and.
Especially when they.
When did they?
Now he has no big argument.
I wasn't.
Anybody want to,
It wasn't supposedly.
Yeah, thank you. My meeting's covered.
I don't know whose was that?
Oh, that's my weapon.
I thought I better not leave it here in case it's.
Somebody confiscates it. I thought the police were out there checking you for. Fingerprints or something.
Okay.
All right.
How'd she come out?
All right.
Numbers line up.
Then what's the discussion?
Yeah. Well, there's,
We got options.
we got concrete low, plastic low. Well, first we're gonna reopen. Before we get into discussion.
Okay.
We're gonna come out of recess and go back into, DD 11 sub 1. So I have a motion for that effect.
I'll make that motion to go back into 11.
All right, there's a second. Sandy, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're back on topic with
Gotta start talking.
bid letting for sub 1 of 11. And we have quite a bit to sort through.
Yeah, so basically I went and checked the numbers and pretty much everybody's math all added up, except there was one little one, but it inconsequential to the low bids.
The 925 is actually 926.
Something, yeah, that was, well, it was actually on that number. It was actually on that number. It was a few $100s different, so that was it. But so the rest of these numbers that are on this bid summary are correct.
Okay,
So basically, circling back, the low base bid, which is reinforced concrete pipe, was from Rognus.
At 504-74525.
That's correct. And then the bid alternate, which is plastic, dual wall plastic, Denver Underground, $458,541. So there's a somewhat of a difference between those two. You got two different contractors. I know that with plastic, we're gonna be there doing inspection anyways, but with plastic, we would definitely need to be there more. Because the plastic is not as strong as RCP, and so what you put around it makes or breaks that pipe. Yep, and
so
so
it costs more with engineering.
it'd be more engineering, so it would eat into that.
Mhm.
It's hard to say exactly how much, but it would eat into it a fair amount. RCP is kind of the sure-proof product. There's a lot more that can go wrong with the plastic. With that price difference, and especially considering that the the base bid estimate that I had in place was 675,000 versus, you know, the Rognus's bid of just under 505. That's a big, it's a lot less than I was expecting, and that's good. I guess I would be promoting going with RCP, but I certainly open up the discussion from the board, landowners, landowner representatives on any thoughts on those two options.
I got one question I want to throw at, because we have a principal here. Is there different quality levels of dual wall pipe?
Well, it
Plastic?
still comes back to shedding the load to the trench wall regardless, this, yes, there's.
They're all, are they all qualified?
The ASHTO is the one that was called for on this.
Okay,
Yeah,
there was a
so
certain brand.
when we do the specs, we call for a certain grade of dual wall plastic pipe. And so there are different grades of them and different strengths and stuff. We called for a certain one.
Yeah, and I had a message from Dave Huntermark.
That's what I wondered.
And I was surprised he wasn't here, but he says he is coming. And he had that question, cause you know, they did a project with plastic out right now, and he was,
Is he coming up now?
he was fine with the final project.
What level was it, Colin, that you called for on the spectrum of?
Oh, it's on the higher side.
Under the ASHTO also.
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah, a lot of that, so
Who are you? I'm sorry, I don't know.
I'm Ken Skinner with Frisco Drainage. The
Okay,
plastic.
the plastic, okay, that's, I just wanna
One
know.
of them is plastic.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
I'm normal.
Okay. I just wondered who he was.
So-
I'd like to
With the
know.
flat, with the plastic pit, is that rocky? Isn't that good?
Copy of.
he was gonna, I did call him just to, as a courtesy. To see, and it's not like he can throw his bid out or something once we've opened them, there's a bid bond. But I did call Brent and asked him. And then told him like, well, you're 130,000 less than the next highest plastic bid.
Right.
And why is that? And he was scratching his head, cause I was like, did you know, you knew the rock, right? And yep. So he was gonna go check some numbers and stuff, but it obviously doesn't change the fact that
No.
the bid's in and we
Yeah.
can hold him to that.
Yeah.
And if.
But I just
yeah,
want to make sure we are comparing like products. You
Right,
know.
right.
So what's the deepest this thing is? In,
I think there's maybe a spot where we get a little over 10 feet. Where we cut through a little bit of a hill instead of going around like the old clay tile did. But it saved us a lot of footage. So it was well worth that, but it's not excessively deep. And that's the only spot that it's really very deep at all.
And where it's deeper, you'd have to use more rock and make sure that it's protected so it doesn't do the deflation.
Well, it'd be the same amount of rain.
Same amount of rock.
Yeah.
Oh, so it doesn't matter the weight of if it's down deeper, you got more dirt on top.
Yeah, when it pushes down from the top, it wants to squish down and push the sides out.
Mhm,
And so that's the really important thing, that on the sides of the pipe, that you have adequate support to hold it from being able to go out and down and, you know, make that oval shape. And so it's could be, I'm not gonna answer.
If they use a nice spoon bucket to lay it in and they don't take near as much rock.
Right, but then you're reliant on
The operator.
the operator and
The native
the
soil.
quality of the native soils, which it varies as you go. I mean, there's some places, without a doubt, if you're in blue clay or something and you lay a nice, you shape a nice slot there and you drop that plastic pipe in, it's gonna have strong sidewall support. We can't rely on that for the entire project, so somebody has to decide when that is and is not. And if we're not there every second, and it's be hard for me to even stand out there and say it has to have it here or not here, otherwise it's gonna over deflect. I I don't have enough expertise to be able to make that call just by looking at the soil.
I said,
So anyways, they're getting a little bit off track because we didn't bid a spoon trench. It's rock around the whole pipe.
okay,
It was a full length.
But-
Yes.
that was one of my
That's
questions.
the difference, yeah.
That's why I wanted to make sure I understood that portion.
Well, the
Okay.
other thing is, and I'm not trying to throw Denver under the bus, but we just had a discussion on them for DD 126.
Oh, they did that project.
They did that
Their
project.
reputation, I would highly recommend that.
I mean, I don't know them
I
from Adam, but I'm just saying. That
It
was
would
a
make me
big
very
discussion
nervous.
on that, yeah.
And especially with the good concrete bid. That's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
I'm looking at, for $50,000 difference. And having those potential issues with construction and all
I
that.
know,
I love the plastic product. We've used it personally through our business on many projects. Don't have any problems with it. As long as you have the right contractor.
right. And we've
the
used.
supplier will say the exact same thing. And so for that and concrete, I've said this before, you can ruin it also by not putting it in right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
For
that's
sure.
not hard to do.
Yeah, and
But-
we have,
Yeah, I'd much rather, if the county has had good experience with Rugness, we need, I've always said this, use somebody that you don't have to fight with. And have 15 years later, you have people suing each other, blah, 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 over this all. that you've
we've
been
used
fixing.
Well,
this quite a bit.
The only good thing here, we got concrete versus plastic. It's not like we have two concrete bids and contractor
Gotcha.
issues.
Right,
So we can choose contract or plastic and
Yeah.
fine.
yeah.
How much more maintenance would there be on the plastic for you to be there? Give me a number, 40,000, 10,000, 6,000?
For us to be,
Yeah,
more
yes.
inspection for us to be there. Just a rough, I'd say probably at least 15,000.
So that squeezes that 46 or 48,000 difference down to what, 32?
Yeah, and then if you're talking, I mean, these sorts of projects are intended to be, when was this one? A project was done 75 years ago, but a lot of them have never been redone and they're like 120 years old at this point. So they don't get done often. With that amount of price difference, I would recommend with RCP over the life that talking about that type of timeline, 100 years. There hasn't been plastic in anywhere for 100 years
Right.
that I know of. But it may very well may be fine for 100 years. But I don't know, is there any
I
other,
was gonna say,
David, do you have the numbers?
Yeah.
Do you have the numbers there?
I'm just looking at them again.
Okay,
Yeah.
Another thing to this, Mark, the early start option on this.
yeah.
Or
In
early
pocket-
start, early completion, I guess always.
Rognus, okay,
In,
so we've got Rognus right here, okay, I was just.
Yeah.
I was just curious, I don't know everybody, so I just.
We didn't know.
Is those early start? Early completion things? Effective?
We're not paying.
That's.
So it's whenever it gets done,
Scratch
it
that
gets
off the
done.
table, we don't have to worry about that.
We thought there might be a premium for somebody who would say, hey, I got equipment sitting in the yard waiting to go and the employee's sitting on the clock.
Gotcha,
We didn't get that. So
Okay.
that was why we did it.
okay,
We're not paying extra for
okay, so we can just scratch that out.
All right.
Okay.
So that's off the table.
Yep,
I'd like to ask the plastic guy for. What's the warranty saying, if we did it in plastic and 6 years later we dug something up, we sure as hell aren't gonna go out there and dig the whole thing up because it started to be oblong.
Right.
So
Right.
3 to 5 years, or you, I
Well,
mean,
it comes back to the contractor and a lot of the elongation or deflection happens in the really early front side, very early. And then it settles where it's at,
Yeah.
or does it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Right, so when we do the deflection testing, one of the requirements is that it cannot be done until at least 30 days after it has been installed. And they've done some studies and they found that in most cases, the majority of the deflection will happen in that time frame. It's not saying that there won't be more happening after that, but you're gonna catch, you should catch most of the issues in that deflection testing. That's in theory. So it's I don't wanna get too into the weeds,
know, but-
it's plastic is a type of substance that will continue to actually deflect over time, but the rate at which it deflects will go almost down to practically nothing.
Yeah. But I'm a bigger guy, so I know I'm not getting stuff through that tube.
Jeez.
To check it, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've hauled a lot of concrete pipe and I know that concrete's concrete and
yeah.
so I know where I'm voting.
So you're willing to go through.
No, I'm not. I don't even think I'd do that.
Spring permit just a couple weeks ago, was put in back about 50 years ago,
Mhm.
and it's cracked on the top and the bottom. I don't know how far I did to get out, I mean, it shouldn't really go anywhere, but it is like, it just falls apart in two pieces, I mean, I'm sort of shocked that some said maybe they had a bad concrete.
Yeah, some of that happens,
I don't just,
and I know a
but that
lot of,
wasn't probably reinforced concrete.
no, it's not reinforced, it's just 6-inch, but I'm
yeah,
just saying, I mean, with 6-inch plastic, that's in better shape
Yeah,
than, I would say than,
yeah.
I wish
you can tell that just looking at some of the cement pipe of that era, it's got a pretty bad reputation. And the mix that they used is not of the quality that they're using today, and it's reinforced besides. It's actually, there's some county tile that was put in back in that era before, and they only expected the pipe to last 50 years. And so the fact that some of it's cracking and isn't a surprise based on that, a lot of it's outlived its life expectancy, and it's more or less being held up by what the soil around it. But the quality of the RCP today is far above and beyond the stuff like that.
How is this, did you check into supply at all for pipe?
For the concrete?
Yeah,
Yeah, there aren't any big tile jobs going,
so
so,
they have plenty of supply on hand.
and it's local,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's up from Humboldt,
yeah.
Okay.
just getting in the field.
Well, they have got it from other places sometimes and
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, no, I have Rinker, that's who I used for my bid, so it whether that matters to anybody, but it's, yeah, it's local product.
Okay. Sorry, feeling for paper.
That's okay.
Uh-huh. 100 marks, do you have any?
You have any comment, Dave? Tom?
No, we just want a good job. That's the main thing, because if we don't, you're gonna be in trouble for the rest of your life.
we already are.
It'll get worse.
I understand. But that's the other part of the thing is, that, and you're here, you're Rognus, right?
Yeah.
You do, tile locations and all of the pictures and stuff like that, because,
Pictures, GPS points of every tile connection, that's all part of the plan, right?
Yeah.
The pipe will be installed by GPS.
So every time we make a connection, there's a notation and.
Yeah, and we'll talk about how to we'll need pictures, you saw your, all the tile connection points, we need pictures, and then we'll need GPS on those, and then sometimes, like, if you don't have GPS equipment yourself, when you make the connection, take the pictures, and then when you backfill, if you put something right above it, that we can come back later with a GPS and it would shoot that, and then we'd give as-built out with exact, latitude, or northing, easting, and where those are at.
Yeah, that's our last topic while you're in there going through paperwork, we gotta find as-bills from a project from 2012.
Okay.
This has to do with Ben. Colin mentioned to me like the old main might be running down the middle of the road.
It is.
And that has to be dug up and. Is that part of this bid? Is this gonna be extra?
Part of the bid.
It was part of the bid, okay,
That's the section 2 work.
okay.
So we've got it split out. Section 2 is the work in the county road right of way.
Just wanted to make sure everybody's aware of that.
Yeah, Alan and I talked about it when this first started. What's the shallowest this tile is near the outlet?
Yeah, near the outlet, it's fairly shallow. I think 2.5, 3 feet.
You know, stone product, that's what the problem is, you know, it broke because of the stone product, the freeze, thaw cycles and that.
So is that, how far is it off the bottom of the ditch? Down there, cause you're still using the
The
same
box there.
box, right?
I think it's like 6 inches off the bottom of that box.
Okay. Above the bottom of the box?
Yes,
And how much is the box off the bottom of the ditch on the other side?
not much.
Okay. I was concerned. I haven't looked on that side. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah,
If we're using all the fall we can get.
that ditch will have to be dipped probably when this project is done.
Yeah.
And the good thing is, you know, I'd be less comfortable being a half foot off the bottom of the ditch if we weren't at the it's right where the ditch starts.
Yeah, the top.
So most of the water coming in there is coming from this pipe. There's a little bit more water obviously at times, but, yeah, that helps my comfortability with that part of it.
Not big there.
Yeah.
So,
Fact that there's perforations in the plastic, is that significant at all in the overall scope of it? Wow.
I don't,
Are there fluids in there?
I don't think so. This, and I think your point is that the RCP doesn't take much.
yeah, there's no drainage. from
And
RCP.
I do believe that we call for perforated dual wall, so that would actually itself would drain.
I think that box too was when it was installed initially is made to take on surface water.
That's correct.
And somehow when it got put in the originally, and maybe it was just because they use a metal pipe that rusted, but there's a huge suck out in that box.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not done right.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Yeah, just, yeah.
And I talked with Ben about that some, and one thing he mentioned is that. Like if water comes down the road ditch from the east, it has to circle around and get in the front. It can't come in the side. And so there's probably, and I agree with that swirl can be part of that problem.
Oh, cutting the dirt.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha, okay.
So is there a way to solve that?
Yeah, we're gonna have some rock placed around that, some regrading and stuff in that area. To try to address that.
All right, so have we had plenty of enough discussion on this?
Well, I was gonna say, unless somebody decides to order lunch, we're either gonna have to move forward or. I'd make a motion to accept Rognus's bid at the 504-745-25. And that's for the concrete.
I'll start it. Okay, we have a first and a second. Any more discussion on the bid? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries, Rognus is moving on board for bid.
Colin, what percentage difference is that from your estimate to the? Five?
Huge.
504, that could be 70%.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's huge.
70% of it,
70, it's
not 70% less, like,
25 to 30%.
yeah, sorry, I was,
30%, you're going the other way, yeah,
Yeah.
70% of what your bid is.
Yeah.
That's what.
we're hoping for both bids, many of the things were, I think people are hungry, they wanna keep their guys busy.
That's right.
yeah, 25%.
So when you take that off the the tree classifications, you know, that's what people could look at.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's our side.
Right.
Okay,
I just wanna make sure too, that people realize contractors, our land ready to start on, they can start digging whenever they want. There's no crop in it currently, hay's coming off today. When, yes,
Wednesday, now.
so it's ready to work anytime,
And,
don't have to wait for our.
and Bruce has always been a promoter of this, make sure the guys who bring the concrete out don't chip the crap out of them.
Yeah. Went off the turf.
Yeah,
Cause we've had issues with that in the past. Talk to the guys who bring her out, watch that. Some guys.
That, how fresh they are coming
Yep.
off
But
the
it sounds
plant
like they've been
because
sitting there cured for a
yeah,
while, so.
they aren't cured,
Shouldn't
then they
be too
ding their
green,
bells.
hopefully.
I got my chewing several times, cause
Don't have a groove, right?
Yeah,
perfect.
all right, thanks, Colin.
Yep, I've got a notice of award, if somebody could sign that, and I can give that to.
Okay,
Dairy Queen,
yeah, fair.
put in
Just
the
got a
dairy
pen.
thing.
Oh, no, well, board member.
I'm teasing. Alan, don't be serious on us now.
Terry, you should have seen your face.
Nervous.
All right, anything else for drainage, folks?
What was the name?
Let's make sure we visit after about that other, don't let Don get away with
Right.
Yeah. I'll make a motion to leave drainage. Oh, wait, what? Oh, Dave has.
Any other questions?
Now, is this an exact bid, for what it's gonna cost, or could there be more if they find stuff crazy?
I think it's an exact bid unless there's,
It's a unit price bid, so I mean, it's.
I mean, if we're out there digging and all of a sudden you hit a bunch of limestone,
No, you're not gonna hit that.
No,
You're gonna.
like we did over on two.
No, you're not gonna hit line.
No, I don't know what could cause it,
We
'cause
don't
I just
know
wanna
of
make
an
sure the road
anhydrous
issue.
line or something like that going through there that.
No, that's a wild.
Conversation that I just had with Colin is, options.
For a second, they'll be used for
Removal or pumping global.
Yeah.
But either way, I mean, we want it gone, we don't want.
Right, you don't want that.
We don't want the question of, crap, is this an active tile? We would need to rehook this up when we dig through it. I mean, it's the same thing that we deal with when we hit a phone line.
Yeah, when I go, oh, you already got that.
Exactly.
Yeah, so just so, still with that.
Sign, print, and then put the date, that's it.
Okay.
David, you can ask your question to Colin again,
Yes, sir.
a bit.
Okay, this is an exact bid unless something crazy pops up and so all our private tile for that 160 acres is all gonna be hooked in.
9, 8, excuse me.
I was gonna say, wait a minute.
9, 8.
For across it, they're gonna hook it in.
You were dyslexic.
So that there.
I looked at it
that's
backwards,
the
I saw the
contract.
9.
There will be some, that will
I
not
just
be the
remembered
final
my last
contract.
I understand
There's
you
a change order.
We don't wanna throw another 100 in there.
Oh, no.
Well, I'm making sure.
Yeah, it's intended to be
Okay,
comprehensive. Normally, it's plus or minus a little bit.
yeah, I understand that. I understand that completely. I just don't want no funny numbers thrown in.
Right.
Big one.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I guess we're good.
Is there a time frame or is it just whenever it gets good?
The completion, contract completion dates end of February of 26. So. And it's 60 some hundred feet of pipe. So probably wouldn't be good to start in January. But
Do you have any idea when you are gonna start?
November.
Okay.
And if it stays dry, it should go November.
Probably out of the RC for station riders, 3 weeks.
Thank you all.
Thanks for being here.
Oh, and I think they want.
Yeah, we just want to chat with you a little bit.
Okay.
Give you some direction on 126 there.
Yeah.
You weren't in here when we had our discussion with the landowners. Okay. Involved in that. What we're gonna need. We gotta find the as-built plans.
Okay, yep, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for.
Thank you.
coming.
Yep, thank you, nice meeting you.
Find the as-bills for
Yes.
26.
Yes,
Okay.
you guys should have them
Yep,
in your record somewhere. We even thought Denver Underground might still have them.
okay, I can talk to them.
Because my biggest concern is, their concerns are, they think the lateral two wasn't even laid correctly. Some of the landowners. But if that was the case, when Adam and their set the machine to dig it, it went to matched up like it did.
Oh, it was like a glove, it was just right,
Yeah,
as he dug it, he was rubbing the pipe the whole road. So,
but anyway, but we need that information so we know whether an intake was part of the project, if it was part of the,
Phone right there.
well, yeah.
And a paperclip.
I do know they were, I think, in the pay claim stuff, I think they were paid, put in 3 intakes, but they're 15-inch intakes, I believe, is what was in the.
Yeah, and none of the landowners claim there's any 50. But when he said 15-inch take, is that like a 15-inch T that they put in and they come up with a 10, 12-inch plastic? Or what? We don't, a lot of questions that we don't have answers for, and I couldn't answer them, 'cause I don't know. So I told them we're gonna do some digging,
Yeah,
try to get answers, get some more information from Adam.
She has a picture of one of the intakes that's plastic that's coming out of the ground.
Yeah, I mean, they thought even one of them was a 6-inch coming out.
I think that's on yours.
I pulled it up on my phone, cause it's my picture, and showed him that no, it's not a 6-inch, it's a 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one where they were sucking dirt at the end of lateral two. But the plans that we have found here in the courthouse are from 2010. It was a proposal, it's not the as-bills. And the proposal doesn't show an intake on the end of lateral two. It shows them different locations on the main and on lateral one.
okay,
So we gotta have them as-bills, so we know what the hell we're talking about.
okay. I'll dig around and try to get those in today.
Okay.
And like us, we know you weren't the
Yeah,
engineer,
you
but
weren't.
we weren't.
Yeah, yeah,
So
we,
we're just
kind of
trying
in the
to
same
put some-
boat. I was on the board for about 6 months when this come through. So, and I never went out there and looked at that project until Mike called me. So that was the first I knew there was an issue with,
Mhm.
that intake.
Well, and Mr. Gillis actually said they just dumped dirt on it, covered the hole up. And I questioned where, they just don't give dirt away. You
No.
gotta have a bill. somewhere.
Usually there's a bill for
If
truckload
it
of
was,
dirt.
if it was one of our contractors that did the work and filled that, just put dirt in the hole. Okay, but if we don't have a bill for dirt, then it wasn't our contractors that filled that hole.
Yeah.
I
Or-
can find one for it.
Yeah. So we're trying to dig up information,
okay,
so.
yeah, I'll
Find what you
through
can.
stuff, and if there's any other stuff beyond the as-bills that would be helpful, I'll
Any
share.
information on that project would be
Yep.
helpful.
Yep, okay.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Thank you,
I
Mike.
think
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now we can go on.
Yes, I do believe.
I'll go make a motion to go to drainage.
I'll second that.
All right, any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are out of drainage at 10:54.
That gym that was on the west.
Gee,
End,
Ben,
the bid,
8:45.
the gym on
Been
there
here
for the
all
longest time. It's not there now, so you must have been
Oh,
one.
9:45.
There's a big guy over here. He had some.
Randy Walton is what you're saying. Bruce, Randy and Bill, and you know what? I didn't.
Copy for the town.
Hey, Fran.
I haven't seen him for some time.
Yeah. What's her name?
Well, shit.
His
Ball
wife is a year younger
Yes.
than me, so she's.
I will tell you in 1 second.
80.
Well, I guess they're not starting.
Where the pre,
It's gonna be
pre-built, where they call it.
90.
Well, we gotta get the contract fully executed, so they gotta give us the bond. insurance and get everything signed.
I'm trying to think which
notice, they could kind of.
He's
warn
married to-
contract, so then we gotta-
Cerwick.
Cerwick?
Yeah, CERWIC.
Thanks. Thank you.
Where's the brain's dead?
I'm done. John,
Husband's name's
I
Ron.
spoke with Adam Lou.
I can see her.
Friday or Saturday.
Yeah.
He says that the information on here, if it comes and isn't correct, and you have you right on, that's fine.
Yeah, but
Cousins.
who?
They're sitting out there.
I'm thinking those are
This is
cousins.
what-
Cousins, okay.
Dick and Bill are brothers, right?
Dick and Phil are, okay, Dick and Phil, okay.
How are you on time? Cause we're, I don't know
Dick
how long
is
Ben's gonna take here.
I said I'd be here.
I'll be quick.
I plan to be here, so I'll be here.
All right,
You'll be,
we got that closed session.
thank
All right.
you.
Thank you.
Done by
Sorting
11.
out some of this stuff.
You'll be done by 11.
Done by 11.
Who's helped me with?
I'll do my best.
No, you already helped me with that.
Okay.
All right.
First thing that I've got on the agenda is to approve an application to work in the counties right away. This is an agreement between Jess Welter, Scott Mansky, and us as the county. Jess wants to do some pattern tiling in one of his fields and needs permission to be able to hook into an intake that's in the written ditch. We've got all the necessary permits, we've got a drawing, and we've got Scott's copy of his insurance that's updated.
So we're good. Okay.
I mean, what is the size of the pipe he's dumping into?
It's a drainage district, maybe he wants to hook into a 22-inch relief. So,
Right now.
What's he bringing into it?
water.
You walked right towards that pond.
You are worse than me.
So he wants to hook into two of them. He wants to hook into a 22-inch line, and then there's also I think it's a 15-inch line.
Okay.
So
How many acres? Any idea?
how many acres does he have?
We're gonna pump into them existing bank.
Was on the,
I'm sure. Main
it's
Street
it's on the west side of Florida and
140.
140th, I think.
Just so they
Does.
pull water.
Yeah,
out,
140.
ditch it
Yeah.
into another.
So no, it's all in DD 11 sub 3, I think that is. I
Good.
can't read it for sure, but
All right, as long as he's not doing that.
Make a motion to accept them.
I'll second it.
We have a first and a second, any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Set time and date to score cool master matrix.
yeah, so this one's new to me and I'm not really sure why we actually have to do this. But the applicant, Steve Toole, is looking at increasing, it's a non-construction expansion where he's looking at moving from 4,400 head to 4,800 head. It's still below the 4,999 threshold. So I'm not really sure why we have to go ahead and rescore it with the master matrix, but according to Cindy, we have to score it ourselves.
Cindy.
With the DNR.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So.
If they request it, then let's do
We
it,
gotta
so we
do
don't have
it,
to
yeah.
go back and say it was our fault.
yeah.
So do we have to publish that?
I'll have to publish that, so I'm gonna miss this week's
Deadline.
deadline.
So today we're looking at the 8th, so you're looking 2 weeks out?
So
November 29th.
I'll be gone.
September 22nd,
Oh, you could, you only
I
need a
can-
week's notice?
I can get it in the 18th for the 22nd.
Okay, it only needs to be just,
It's more than 10, less than 20, that's.
I don't know if that's the case for this one.
Oh.
Because some communities that don't have a newspaper, it's just as efficient to stick something on the bulletin board.
okay.
At the courthouse.
I'll be on
road travel on that day, so I won't go to either far field.
Okay. So that'll be four, I'm here. I'm here.
We're
You're
here.
here. Okay, so there's,
I'm
oh, we're
fine.
just counting, there's just, so there's three.
On what's this now? What?
So if we do it on
That'd be
the
here.
22nd,
22nd.
Here.
See?
will we have three?
Well, we have three.
Yeah, we'll have 3.
We'll have 2 voting members so far.
Oh,
Why's that?
Chair and 2
Oh,
others.
yeah, well, we gotta have 3, so we'll be good.
that right, John?
Yep.
Yeah, you're gonna have three.
Yeah, as long as
So
we
the
have,
chair is one of them.
yeah.
He's
as
on
long
the-
as we have, yeah.
One hand, break a time.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go on the
September
22nd. You wanna do early, late? What's your
8:31.
8:31?
No,
Let's go 45.
8:45.
8:45 on the 22nd.
So this is for the scoring, right?
I'll be coming through the brainer. On the, what'd you say, two?
Tool?
Yeah, up north, huh? There, we're going north.
This is the site on the Bode Livermore corner if you go just to the west.
Yeah.
Of
He's
169.
adding more pigs to what he
He's
has.
got
Add
a store
now.
there and then there's two
No
buildings.
building size change or anything.
Okay. September said 8:45, did you say?
Yep.
We got her in the book.
Perfect.
All right.
We have to make a motion on
I'll
that?
make that motion to have the master matrix hearing on September 22nd at 8:45.
So second, first a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And date is set. Authorize chairman and auditor to sign 509A certificate of compliance for partial self-funding insurance.
Perfect.
Are you done?
All I had.
Are you done?
Well, I missed 11:01 because you guys had to ask a couple questions, but.
You're good.
Close.
Thanks, Ben.
you, Ben.
This is an audit of, nice worldwide insurance. And just signing off on that. It's an annual thing.
Annual?
Annual.
Well, we need resolution for it to authorize it, correct?
Yes.
Do we?
Yeah. I've lost it.
For alcohol license?
No, this is for our.
Love that one.
Oh, we're above. I'm sorry, I got.
Certificate.
Resolution right
I
here.
don't have a resolution.
Me.
I don't,
Well, that's juvenile detention.
I didn't think I did even have.
Wait a minute.
What do you got?
Humboldt self-funded, no, it's just this right here. It's a certificate of compliance.
The bathroom.
Yep.
I
We
don't
just
see
have to
it
authorize, I'll make that motion to authorize the chairman
Yeah.
to sign, this is not a
509
resolution, yeah.
certificate.
I will second that.
Okay, well, first and a second. Any more discussion? Nope. Nope. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Now we have approved Class B retail alcohol license for living quarters for Lucky White Wine Slushies. They've been in business now for a couple of years.
Yep, couple times.
Yeah.
They've been in business for a couple of years.
Yeah,
Out of the garage?
Out of a house.
out of a house.
They have dual kitchens and one is specified for this business.
They have some like
And
a
they-
truck thing too, where they go and, don't
Yeah,
they?
the trailer.
Yes. it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll make that motion to approve Class B retail alcohol license in living quarters for Lucky Wife Wine.
So all is in order, right? In, when they're permits, okay.
Okay. We have a first and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Slushies are approved.
Slushies.
Okay, now we have some master matrix manure management plans, several of them.
And we're doing these as a bundle.
I think we
We
can.
can State Farm bundle these.
Yes.
Did you discount double check?
Yeah.
We have a bunch of them.
Well, you want me to read off the numbers or you wanna read them, Rick, or?
I'm not gonna read all those numbers, I'm just gonna read them by name. We have the Avery finisher. Well, first we
You
have
got
street
the-
site.
Yeah, there you go.
Street site. We have
Yeah.
Avery finisher, Elmer finisher farm, Humboldt, Bradgate finisher, Hirsch finisher, Jeff Redding, Laverne Finish Farm, Nate Finish Farm, Prestige Farms of Iowa, Prestige Farms of Iowa, Thompson Acres Incorporated, Virginia Avenue Site, Wacusta finisher pond.
I think we also have a PI,
Did I skip over PI?
Yeah.
Okay, three guys.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. According to my count, I got 14.
Okay,
So of those numbers, I'll make a motion to accept those sites.
I'll second it. We have a first and a second, all in favor?
I,
Any opposed? Motion carries.
and they all checked off on paperwork when you went through, Rick, when you said the names.
Okay,
Okay,
now. Okay, where's this resolution? I did them up. Oh, that's too late.
That's the one.
That was done. Okay, now we're down to our closed session pursuant to Iowa Code 21.5. Vacation C to discuss strategy with counsel on matters that are presently in
That's the
litigation
one.
or where litigation is imminent. Where exposure would be likely to prejudice or disadvantage the position of the county in that litigation.
That's what we do.
All right, we'll start off with a roll call, go into closed session. Bruce,
Aye.
Sandy,
I.
Bob. Aye. Aye, and I'm also an aye. Is our recorder up and running?
It is right.
All right.
Yes.